Hello, this is Lita from Lita Scrapbooking Life. I want to show you my new nostalgia album. This album was kind of inspired by an afternoon looking through old photographs of my children, and I thought, oh, you know, you're always saying to friends, remember when the kids were small and how cute they were. And so this caught me thinking, and I thought, I want to do an album. I've also been wanting to incorporate in a piece that I think you'll like. This is called my Nostalgia Envelope Mini Scrapbook with Flip-Flop Insert. And it is probably about 98% complete. I got a few little things. All of the little finishing touches on the cover are all Tim Holtz. You probably recognize the life key and moments, life moments, and that just kind of hangs. It's bound with the little D rings. I also used his corners here. The flowers on the cover and all through the album are the Prima paper flowers. This is actually a stamp that's been embossed. It says, "A trip to nostalgia now and then is good for the spirit," and I just totally agree. These little postcards are actually a border strip from K & Company. And then there's a little piece of ribbon. Let's take a look inside. Since I wrapped the ribbon all the way around, it gave me a place to tuck in some little cards. These little cards I just make myself. I use a rubber stamp, and I use these a lot, and they are by Autumn Leaves. And I just take the rubber stamp, stamp it on a piece of coordinating paper, emboss it, and then glue it to a coordinating paper. In this case, I used some of the paper that I've used in the album. It's a kind of a thick cardstock, so it made some cute little tags. This one says moment, and I just put a little ribbon on it. And then I've got remember and true story. And I think I'll use some little pictures on the back that I didn't put in the album and kind of put some little memories there, so that's a part that's not done. This is my first page, and what I did was a page for each of my children. And my first child, his name is Ben, and so this is his page. So it's an envelope page, and I do have a tutorial coming up on how to make the pages and how to make this little, I call this a flip-flop. It's a little insert, but what is unique is that the way it's constructed, it flips, and then it flops. And that's why I call it a flip-flop. I will add some more little journals about the pictures here and here. And that's Ben's page. These little letters are by K & Company. Really cute. I found those and I just loved them, fell in love with those, and wanted to use those as titles for each child's page. Since this is an envelope page, when you turn it over, there's a flap. So I've got another little picture of him at Halloween. I just loved that one. And then inside of the flap, there's a card. And it has more pictures of him as a child. And then I sort of, on all of the kids' cards, I'm using the back for their graduation photos. So I kind of liked that idea. And so my daughter's, I'll just leave it blank, and she's still not graduated yet. And then here is my second son. His name is Henry. He was a real dinosaur fan. This design that's through the album is embossed, and it's a rubber stamp that I have. I don't recall the name of the stamp line, but I just used it through the album and stamped and embossed it with this eggplant color embossing and clear embossing powder. So here's Henry's flip-flop page, and it flips. He loved cowboys. And it flops. More pictures of him as a baby, and then it flips to here, the final page, and back, and goes in his pocket. All of the papers in this album are from the Paper Studio, their Faith collection. Here's Henry's little card. Of course, he's a big kid now. His graduation. So this is just a card. And this card stock that I'm using, this is from K & Company Life's Journey collection. On a lot of these you'll notice things that look like a sticker. This looks like a sticker. This is actually, I did a search on the internet with images for Tonka, and I found a lot of their Tonka trucks you can find images, and so I just print those out and cut them very closely, and then take glossy accents and put it over it, and it makes a sticker. And I use that technique a lot because I'm always wanting some little accent. So here he is playing with his little Tonka digger, and it's also, I noticed in the back of this photograph, which I thought was kind of fun. Then here's my daughter's page, and of course, being a girl, I had to dress hers up a little bit with some flowers and some ribbon. So this is my favorite picture of her and her daddy. And then here's her little flip-flop. She was a little sweetie. Okay, so hers just flips. Some school pictures. You know, you could put whatever pictures you wanted and do this flip-flop. You can do a lot of things with it. Here's the back of hers, and she's got a little insert. You know, we had a haircut incident when she was little, like most little girls and little boys do. That just happens. And then I just ran across so many pictures that of the three of the children that I made one page that I'm calling Kids. And so it just has pictures of the three of them growing up, and it just flips, and now they're big kids. And I have stamps on the pages. This one says Simple Moments Make Great Memories. This is out of a stamp collection that I have, and I just stamp and emboss those. This page is not complete. It's still got it blank back and blank tag, and then I'll sign it when I get finished. So that is it. That is my Nostalgia mini envelope with flip-flop inserts. I am going to be putting up how to make the pages as well as the flip-flop insert, and how I did the covers and some of the other things in it. This one paper that you see on the back of the covers was from my Mind's Eye Simply Delightful collection, and a lot of these little things like this are actually digital scrapbooking elements, like these little flat flowers. They look like they're 3D, but they're not. They're actually just digital scrapbooking elements, and I run them off and then use glossy accents, and that helps me to keep it from bulking up too much, because you know how sometimes I know I get really crazy with my mini albums and they will bulk up and just get huge. So that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed taking a look at my Nostalgia envelope mini scrapbook with flip-flop insert, and I hope you'll tune in for the other parts where I show you how to make some of the pieces in this album. So remember, this is Lita for Lita Scrapbooking Life, and when life gives you scraps, make something beautiful.